The following will assist you to recognize if you are in compliance with Ma'at, or the law of life. If you are in violation with any one of the declarations, it must be made the subject of a Min Ab assignment. Working on your flaws within the framework of the Paut Neteru, or Tree of Life, will enable you to know that you are covering all possible means of sinning. All possible flaws are thus categorized under the faculties that generate and control them. No other culture has to this date achieved this level of understanding into behavior. The Paut Neteru is thus a foundation for a true behavioral science. These are the violations of Ma'at. Law 0, the law of Amen. You are in violation of the law of Amen if you cannot declare all of the following. They apply only to current conditionings. I have not sought peace through running away from my name, the person, or difficulty. I have not sought peace through getting high, drunk, etc. I have not sought peace by seeking vengeance. I have not given into anger or worry or fear over a situation or a person. I have not made the effort to avoid a situation or a person. I have not complained about a situation or a challenge. Law 1, Law of Osar. You are in violation of the law of Osar if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not identified myself with my mind. I have not identified myself with my emotions. I have not identified myself with my physical body. I have not identified myself with my career, my job, etc. I have not chosen to go against my conscience. I have not killed the spirit of Osar within my being. I have not given power to Set. I have not dismissed my feelings of guilt as pronounced by my conscience in regards to name said transgression. I have not declared that any man is my enemy. I have not declared that any event is against me. I have not denied my oneness with all men. I have not denied my oneness with God. Law 2, Law of Tahuti. You are in violation of the law of Tahuti if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not denied God's existence by willing to achieve without God's help, or by not giving credit to God for my success. I have not denied that my intelligence is an endowment from God and a reflection of God's intelligence. Why should I not bless transgressors and strangers? Have I not received unasked for blessings? Did I earn all the good things that have come my way? God has given to me through others, and asked for nothing in return. I give thanks for God's love for me by showering all with my love. I have not sought to achieve goals and to acquire goods that are injurious to anyone. I have not neglected to assist others in their attainment of success and wellness. I have not indulged the thought that I am fearful or the emotion of fear. I have not indulged the thought that I am human. I have not denied my divinity. I have not placed man into a separate category from God. I have not indulged the thought that I have low self-esteem. I have not indulged the thought that my charitable acts are humanitarian. It is divine to share. I have not demoted God and its wisdom to items of belief. I have not spared any effort in developing my knowledge of God in the divine way. I have not nourished the source of doubt in my human nature. Law 3, Law of Sekher. You are in violation of the law of Sekher if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not berated my fate. I have not grieved over setbacks or failures. I have not worried over possible obstructions. I have not been envious of those that are materially better off than I. I have not coveted the goods of others. I have not indulged the thought that my destiny is worse than that of another. Law 4, Law of Ma'at. You are in violation of the law of Ma'at if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not imposed my will on anyone. I have not made myself feared by anyone. I have not used illegitimate force to create order. I have not indulged in immoral acts. I have not secured my finances through immoral or unethical means. I have not indulged greed. I have not been delinquent in the work to become the vessel of God on earth. I have not sought to become the best in my endeavors without God's help. I have not neglected God's need to come into the world to experience its creation. I have not failed to give thanks to God daily for sharing his divinity with man. I have not interpreted love in sensual terms. That means sensuality is not love itself. I have not neglected to continuously nurture my appreciation for the good that others have done on my behalf. I have not missed the opportunity to do for others seeking nothing in return. I have not missed the opportunity to share. Law 5, Law of Harakuti. You are in violation of the law of Harakuti if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not jumped to the conclusion that I know the cause of anyone's misconduct. I have not usurped God's place and judged another. I have not contributed to the indulgence in ideas, foods, and practices that corrupt the behavior of others. I have not nurtured the human self-image in my being by indulging in anger, fear, etc. I have not indulged lust physically or in my mind except for my mate. I have not been led by my anger or fear, etc., to harm another. I have not passed judgment on the ills of society. I work instead to uplift everyone. I have not allowed the errors of others in high positions to corrupt my spirit. I have not allowed the negative aspects of my culture to destroy my conscience. I have not wished ill will against them that have transgressed against me. I have not indulged thoughts and feelings of vengeance. I have not hated. Law 6, Law of Heru. You are in violation of the Law of Heru if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not indulged images that nourish and trigger my emotions, anger, etc., and sensual appetites, pornography, junk foods, etc. I have not attempted to control my behavior through a direct act of will. I have not struggled with name your emotions, desires, and sensual conditionings. I empower my will through meditation. I have not indulged images of activities that nourish the human self-image. I have not indulged images of activities that nourish my emotions, sensuality, and desires. E.g., seeing my person crying as a result of some difficulty, visualizing my person acting in an angry manner if so-and-so happens, etc. I have not given in to my conditionings, name them, without making the effort to oppose them. I have not been lackadaisical about my conditionings, name them. I have not made my conditionings, name them, my comfort zone. You are in violation of the law of Het Heru, the 7th law, if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not sought happiness through the accomplishment of goals. Name your goals. I have not sought happiness through possessions. I have not sought happiness as the emotional effect of success. I have not mistaken joy for happiness. I have not dwelled on the images of my, name the illness, getting worse. I have not entertained visions of failing in my undertakings. I have not dwelled on images of my person reacting or acting in an emotional manner. Name the specific situations or triggers. I have not indulged images or acts of sensuality in illegitimate romantic situations. I have not nourished the human self-image in my being by entertaining images of negative effects in my life. Images that, name them, will occur in my life. Law 8, the law of Sebek. You are in violation of the law of Sebek if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not affirmed that, name an event that is stressful, etc. I have not affirmed that the event is stressful. I have not affirmed that a person is obnoxious. I have not nurtured the human self-image in my being by affirming that so-and-so is horrible, frightening, upsetting, stressful, obnoxious, boring, gut-wrenching, etc. For example, interpreting my emotional conditionings as attributes of things and people's behavior, etc. I have not affirmed that name the event is stressful. I have not affirmed that name a person is obnoxious. I have not nurtured the human self-image in my being by affirming, name a number of the above negative affirmations. The law of Offset, law 9. You are in violation of the law of Offset if you cannot declare all of the following. I have not followed the madness of the crowd, be specific. I have not continued in an unscientific diet handed down by my parents and society. Name the article of diet. I have not smoked, I have not gotten high, I have not gotten drunk, I have not affirmed that I'm human, I have not affirmed that that man is an animal. I have not entered a relationship through falling in love. I have not left the relationship because I cannot take it anymore. I have not sacrificed my well-being or that of another to indulge a pleasure. I have not sacrificed my well-being or that of another to in the course of my achieving, name the objective. You are in violation of the law of Geb if you cannot declare all of the following. It's the 10th law. I have not indulged the idea that earthly realities are unalterable because it is physical or controlled by others or because of past failures or because the majority of people are unable to do so. Geb is pretty basic. I just want to go back into the law of Sebek though, this one. The law of Sebek. Sebek is the auditory thought and the ruler of your tongue. I have not nurtured the human self-image in my being by affirming that so-and-so is horrible, frightening, upsetting, stressful, obnoxious, boring, gut-wrenching, etc. Interpreting my emotional conditionings as attributes of things or people's behavior, etc. Just wanted to be clear on that at the end there. So, this is from Min Ab. This is Raun Nefar Men's work. You must work with the expectation of improving your behavior as time progresses. It worked for thousands of years in Kemet, and and the various aspects of this teaching have worked for my students around the world for over 40 years. Ma'at is the law, and you must therefore succeed. As you witness improvements in living Ma'at, ask God to bless you by helping you with your worldly life. We can talk to each other and hear and understand each other only because God has shared this ability with us. Ask God in the same manner that you would ask a living person for help. Live Ma'at. Ask and you will receive, and make sure to share your blessings and knowledge you have received in this book. Make firm your heart. Hetep. And Hetep means nirvana or Wuji It's the first word for Wu Ji or Nirvana. So yeah, figured I'd share this